What's interesting, he has compassion on her, for she is a widow, and this is her only son. Right? And as you know, back then, in that time, a widow, no husband, no father, no family, she's all on her own. She has no way, no means to survive. I mean, she might maybe have some inheritance or something that was left over from her husband or from her son, but how long is that going to last? And so her being a widow all alone is virtually a death sentence upon this woman. He has compassion. What's interesting is we see this reflected in James chapter 1, verse 27. You want to know what you're supposed to do, Christian? You want to know what your life is supposed to be like? You want to know what your call is from God as you walk through this world? James tells us. Pure and undefiled religion before God the Father is this. You want to know what your religion is supposed to look like? You want to know what your walk with Christ is supposed to look like? Visit orphans and widows in their trouble and keep oneself unspotted from the world. Now, we focus on that unspotted from the world a lot, don't we? Let's pick out the sin. Let's make sure we know what is right and wrong and don't do the bad things. Right? That's one. There tends to be two branches in the church that will often focus on one or the other of these very well. Right? There are churches that sometimes you almost wonder, like, how are you following Christ? You're like neglecting all of the holiness and all of the righteousness stuff and going so overboard on feeding the poor and caring for the widows and doing all of that. And then you have people who are over here not doing anything at all to help those in need, but they're all about don't sin, be good. Right? Well, actually, it says both. It says both. I think sometimes it's a little easier for us to get into one lane or the other. It says both.